Hey guys, Sire here, and today I'm gonna tell you all about this extremely quick way to level up and get Lunar Whispers on any scenario with the Lunar tag. So forget your commissions or the silos and monoliths and even nightmare tubes and everything, you don't need any of those things. You can literally do this even if you're just level 1. Personally, I reached level 40 on both my characters within like 6 to 8 hours, like 3 to 4 hours each of them, and I had over 10,000 Lunar Whispers after a few hours as well. So, as you might already know, during the lunar events, every time you're chopping trees or mining ores or fetching water or anything you do, it triggers these mobs to spawn around you, and you can get Lunar Whispers from them. What we want to do is that we want to trigger these mobs to spawn in this specific area that we prepared for, and then we want them to spawn over and over and over, and we want to farm them as much as we can, because that way we can get lots of XP, of course, and we can get those Lunar Whispers. So since I learned about this method on my Korean server, and that's exactly what Korean players are doing at the moment to farm efficiently, and I did look up, honestly, to see if another creator has made a video on this method or not, and I didn't see anything. Or maybe I missed it, I don't know. But either way, I'm gonna go ahead and call this method water fetch, because that's exactly what it is called in Korean language on the Korean servers. So for this setup, we're gonna need auto turrets, the solar power generator, and an AoE gun. I personally recommend a bounce gun, but really, any AoE weapon will work as long as it can mark or hit all the mobs that appear. And yes, like I said, you can start this with level 1, as soon as you start your scenario, you don't need to really level up much. But if you're the one who's gonna put this setup together, you will need enough mimetic points to unlock the auto turret and the solar power generator. And obviously you're gonna need resources to craft these things, and what I did was that I pulled some deviations from my space-time backpack, if that's what we call it actually, the paper doll and H37, and I left them overnight, so they got me some resources until the next day. Or you can just pull resources directly from your space-time backpack. But if you don't have anything there either, then yes, you're gonna need a bit of farming. But honestly, it doesn't really matter if you're just starting out or don't have any resources, because for this method to work, basically we need two groups of players. One group is just fetching water and the other group is hitting and marking the enemies. So if you're just level 1, or you just started out and have nothing to offer, you can still join a party and just fetch water for them. And that way you can level up quickly as well. Okay, now that you know what is water fetch and why it works, let's talk about the setup and the things you need to get ready before you start farming. So for this method to work, you'll need at least 2 bases, meaning 2 setups working together. You can do this with a friend or another player on your server, or just your alt character, it doesn't matter. But one thing you need to know is that if you do water fetch inside your base area, no mobs will spawn. So the mobs will only start appearing if you do water fetch out of your base area. And that's why we need at least 2 bases, and we want to place them parallel to each other, as you can see in the picture. And then we want to leave some space between them, and that's where you're gonna be actually fetching water. Now that was the setup for 2 bases, but you actually can do this also with 3 bases. In fact, doing with 3 bases is even better in case you have 2 alts or you have 2 friends that you want to farm with. It's better because if you just started on your server and your damage is kind of low, and you can get to put more turrets down, which will be a great help to take down these mobs way easier. Now this is the setup we were using to farm in the first video I showed you guys. You might have actually noticed, but I was farming at someone else's setup because this player did an amazing job putting this all together for the maximum efficiency. Now I'm gonna show you guys how to put the 2 bases together, but before that we have to unlock some mimetics. And the first one is the auto turrets, and the second one is the solar power generator. So as you can see here, I've set up two bases parallel to each other. Just try to find some shallow water, like this stream that I'm showing you right now. If you use a deep water area, most of the mobs will spawn inside the water, and then you won't be able to hit them or mark them properly. Alright, now I'm gonna put this building part in fast forward, so just sit back and watch as I set everything up. The setup is done, and this is how it's gonna look if you're just using two bases. Now I'm gonna show you a video of how I leveled up my character using the 3-base setup. On my server there are already a lot of players doing water fetch, so there was really no reason to farm with just 2 people. And here it goes. I'm gonna put it on fast forward, so just watch the process quickly. Alright, that's it. And as you can see, I ran this water fetch method probably 3 times during these 3 lunar events, and I reached level 42 in that time. I stopped there honestly because there's no reason for me to level up anymore because I can already use my tier 5 gun. And in total I got about 10,000 lunar whispers. So yeah, that's the method. Just don't forget to team up with some other players so you can all share the XP and the whispers together. Also, don't forget to check out this other video I dropped recently on the route we take to farm lunar elite mobs on Korean servers. It shows you guys the fastest and quickest way to farm these elites, so you don't need to just go and run around, to find them. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.